GM, we are back, man. We are back with one of the quickest foxes in all of crypto. The man, the myth, the legend. How are you, my man? How you feeling, bro? It is, dude. The studio is yellow. That studio color makes me think of the sun. That makes me think that it's hot in there. And the way that your Twitter feed is, man, you guys are killing it. You guys are on fire. So tell me, man, what's going on over there? How you feeling?
I love this show, man. You're doing like my job for me, keeping all the vibes going, dude. I appreciate it, man. Solclick's here from the Solflare marketing team. So excited to be kicking with Solana Gaming, dude. We guys go way back. Love what you're doing also on the timeline. We've had interviews in Accelerate in New York City. We've like met in spaces before. I'm really excited to sit and talk with you about what we got going on here, what's going on in the Solana Gaming. I'm always excited to see what's going on. We recently started streaming also, and we had Portals on our first stream, which was killer. Shout out Portals. They just had their pre-sale that sold out in like 11 seconds and powered by Metaplex. And it's just so cool to see Solana Gaming, just exciting. I love to see it, man. How are you doing, Jorge?
Good, man. I'm trying to figure out what that is though behind you. Is that like one of those things for like the pool?
Yeah, dude, it's it's an inflatable wrap. So it actually, these props are in real use when they're not here on scene. I actually take them out to the pool and use them in my Foxy downtime. But yeah, it's just like my inflatable raft and beach ball.
Dude, I tell people like when I get questions all the time of like, hey man, what kind of merch should I give? What kind of merch should I do? Right. And it's like, hey, what about this t-shirt? And I'm like, dude, everybody does t-shirts. Like, what's something that like somebody will actually retweet? What is a marketing piece that somebody will take this and be like, yo, I want to showcase the world? And man, that's it right there, man. Like if you guys send me one, I will promise to post every day when I'm at the pool with my floaty, my rubber duck in my cup, the whole nine, man. Like, I'll give you the shipping address after this call.
Oh, this is like the best utility merch I ever got. Honestly, it's super comfortable. Also, I'll be lounging in it. I might run like a seminar on like the proper way to Lazy River on the Solflare float.
Dude, I think that like merch is so underestimated or undervalued on how good it could do if you do the right things in crypto. Cause like, yeah, man, you go to like some of these like crypto events, or you see certain things, and like there are certain things that sell out right away, right? Like shoes. Those like shoes, no one does shoes, but when someone does shoes, man, they're gone instantly. Like when people do special merch that is like some sort of way that out of the norm, out of like the things that somebody would actually spend money on, like, yeah, I don't get it. Like even like getting like nice like Yeti cups or like Stanley, like no one does anything like that. Like I'd pay money for those kind of things. Like
100%. And they're great talking points also. Like you want to talk onboarding, you know, there's nothing better like as a conversation starter. Like, where'd you get that travel mug? I didn't see that on the website. You know, where'd you get that one? So yeah, I'm excited for the merch game. I love it.
Yo, in our next life, man, if you and I team up, maybe we should start a merch company in Web3 in crypto.
Well, what's really cool is I like what Store.Fund's been doing. We've seen them in Solana Spaces. So yeah, it's really cool to see like the merchandise game like really thriving on Solana. Plus, like a lot of projects have their own merch, you know, that's like some of them pretty iconic. So I'm excited to see how it develops. But I agree. I think that we need more utility merch.
Dude, shout out to the Solana stores, because those guys, like, man, Solana Spaces has been killing it. That store, like, I tell you, I kid you not, man. When I travel, I no longer pack anything. I just like pack like the essentials, and then I hit the store the first thing I do, just to get like merched out, ready for the week, ready for streams and everything. And I'm rocking their clothes.
I'm glad you've accepted this digital lifestyle now, this digital nomad lifestyle, because I tell people that they're like, how do you travel with just a backpack? And I'm like, it's easy. I just don't bring my entire wardrobe with me. I generally will just, everything that you have, all the commodities you have, they have where you are. You know what I mean? Probably even cheaper, to be honest, in a lot of places I go. So bullish on light traveling.
Dude, even this hat, right? Like this fitted, the Solflare fitted, right? Like I don't get why no one else has thought about like fitteds this way. Like you know, I usually get like the dad hat, which I like to wear, but they're not like unique, right? Like this is like a hat that I could wear outside of like work and like not feel like kind of funny, you know what I mean? like you know that there's some merch that you're just like I don't know if I want to go, even though I show up to like really nice dinner places with a huge Bitcoin shirt on, huge Solana across my chest all the time. But like sometimes it's like, okay, I can't really wear the Solana hat, like, or the Solana the shirt, you know, it might not be. But this one, like, yeah, man, like it blends in. It's black on black. It's like very sleek, and it's to what the tone is. So, man, all right, enough yapping about the merch, dude. Solflare, y'all are the debit card, everything that's coming out, like the skins, like it's like constant, like, bro. I honestly like I have to ask Grok like on a weekly basis, like, hey, give me the Solflare TLDR. What did I miss? Make sure that I don't fuck this one up. Like I don't want to have FOMO and like make sure I didn't like register my email, didn't do the quest to the debit card. Like I constantly telling it like, hey, feed me. What is happening over there, man? Give us the TLDR, give us the 411. And why do like people watching today right now have to make sure they go on Solflare, sign up, get involved, download the wallet, download it on your phone, have your ex-girlfriend download it, ex-boyfriend download it, have your mom, dad, everybody get involved in Solflare.
Road to 1 billion users, and that's exactly what it's going to take. Onboarding all of your exes. No, I'm joking. They'll find the way eventually, but there's so much going on. This has arguably been the biggest year for Solflare in our 5-year history. For those that don't know a little bit of context, we were the first wallet on Solana. At one point, 70% of the Solana supply was staked on Solflare Validator. So we've come a long way, but this year we had the rebrand, we had the huge updates to our wallet, and users are extremely happy. Even those that were a little bit turned off by the rebrand came to grow and love it because, again, it's maturing into the financial tech neobank app that we're aiming to be. And what's really exciting this year has been all the support that we've done for Solana on top of all the updates that we made to the actual product. We've been at every Apex event, so many of the startup villages for super teams. Most recently, the most exciting news that's going on right now currently is that Solflare is powering the Seed Vault wallet for the Solana Seeker phone, which was just shipped out earlier this month. So people are just starting to get their devices, and that Seed Vault wallet is powered by Solflare. So big shout out to our team. That was a huge accomplishment. They hit every single deadline, and it was awesome working with the Solana Labs team and the Solana mobile team, and just really proud of that product. But that took up a lot of bandwidth this year. But we are going to be at Breakpoint. We have a huge, exciting announcement to be launched there. And we are getting extremely close to the launch of the cards, the Solflare cards that are linked to your wallet. They're going to be the first ever self-custody crypto card. It'll be linked to your Solflare wallet where you can spend USDC. And we're really excited to have the rollout coming sooner than you think. I can't give you an exact date, but just know that on the timeline, you're going to be getting FOMO really soon. So I would say, all in all, first and foremost, if you use Solana, you should be using Solflare. We only build for Solana. We're faster. We're safer. We are definitely better for gaming. We allow for the auto approve feature. We have burner wallets. We take the lowest amount of transaction fee. So honestly, built for gaming, as well as working with teams like Metaplex and a lot of the gaming teams to help make sure that a lot of their NFT on-chain metadata is compatible with Solflare Wallet. So you'll be able to see all of your attributes and stats as you level up in the game, all transparent and smooth in your Solflare Wallet. So yeah, just check it out for real. Like, just download the app, sign up for the waitlist also if that interests you, having a self-custody crypto card. And definitely the other biggest thing that I would have to mention is our amazing community of Guardians. I don't know if you've seen on the timeline, but that's probably why the reason you've seen Solflare on the timeline is our amazing Guardians, our community that has been curated, that have been leveling up every single day, every single week. And they're hosting spaces, getting ambassador deals, like just really being core members of the Solana ecosystem. And we're really proud to have built our community the way that we did, because we didn't just open the floodgates. It was very much like, it wasn't like we gate kept it, but it was very much created around people that genuinely wanted to be part of the Solflare ecosystem. So we're really proud of them. We're coming up on 1,000 Guardians in our Discord. And so that's also another opportunity. If you want to be part of Solflare, download not only the wallet, but join our Discord, vibe with us, check out our community. There's a ton of educational content. We do weekly streams that have replaced the spaces. We're still active in spaces every single week, and we still show up to shows like these, but we started a weekly stream, but we also do weekly calls in our Discord for roundtables, for workshops, all geared towards making the Guardians better and securing them like new partnership deals, like new next level ups, and just helping to them to become, you know, what they want in this space, because this space is beautiful. You could be anything you want to be and monetize it and bring value if you show up every day and work hard, and we're helping them achieve that, and it feels amazing. So that's what Solflare's been up to, Jorge. Long answer.
Dude, man, like I'm trying to keep up with my notes and what you just gave us. Like, I don't even know where to start, but I know I'll start here. We were just talking about merch. One thing that we forgot to talk about merch is delivery times and like the delivery process, like the working with like the UPS or FedEx or any of those things. Because you just mentioned speakerphone, and I'll tell you, bro, I have never refreshed the UPS website like how I am right now. Like I am literally like I go and check the mail like I'm waiting for him to show up. I actually even know what time he's there. He gets there by, and when he's late, I'm like, "Yo, bro, like, why are you late today?" And it's like, "Yeah, dude, I was like 1 minute late. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Do you
I
have my
feel you, dude.
speakerphone?" And it's like, nothing.
I text my mom every day, but I still be texting her extra now today to check to see, like, did it come yet? Did the secret come yet? This is what it looks like, and I'll be sending her pictures of like what people are getting on the timeline, you know. So yeah, I'm waiting also, fam. But I'm excited. Everyone's excited, and I can't wait to see like people making content and actually using the device and seeing it, you know, in on the timeline.
Yeah. Look, man, I think let's start there, right? Like the secret phone is an interesting topic here. You know, you're mentioning that you're building or built the wallet for the secret phone, right? The way that we're seeing technology, new phones are coming out every year. Apple comes out with a new phone around like this time. Google's coming out with theirs in 7 days. Samsung came out with the Fold last month. They're always looking to innovate, always looking to find ways to push their agenda. And it's funny, like I just got a Samsung phone last month for the first time in like years. I'm a Google Maxi. I only have Google phones, and I use the Google Wallet because again, I'm a digital guy. And on the Samsung phone, it doesn't let me preload my Google Wallet. It makes me want to use the Samsung Wallet, and I'm like, this is bullshit because like I don't want to use Samsung Wallet. Like everything, all my whole life is stored on Google. Like, give me Google, right? And so there that right now innovation to want to use, hey, their products, their proprietary IP stuff, right? But in decentralization and how we are here, like being able to partner up from a Solana to the actual secret phone to, you know, the Solflare wallet, that is unique. It's almost wondering like what does the future hold for being able to bring other phones, other people explore what crypto is, and why having like a wallet embedded into the phone is so important as you move forward into decentralization. And as we see like banks and everybody trying to start their own, you know, chain, whatever they're trying to do, right? Like there's going to be very much a need for this in the very near future. What's your take on all this?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great question. And that's honestly a great take and a great outlook at it, because so we all understand the technology behind the self-custody wallet, and even just on your phone. Now having it built into the phone acts as like carrying around an additional hardware wallet with you. And plus, like the fingerprint makes it extremely secure. So we can all understand the argument of what the ability and the technology and why the benefit of having like a hardware wallet device on your phone would be. But the true beauty comes in the dApp store and what's being developed there, because it's challenging the normal, quote unquote, normal dApp stores that we've known in the past. Like you just said, trying to convert from Google to Samsung, it makes it really impossible. It's not interoperable. And so that becomes very challenging. And especially when you see app stores charging 30-40% for developer fees. So, and people have just accepted this as a status quo. And I think that's one of the most brilliant thing that the Seeker is doing, is creating its own dApp store, because it's taking the open, like permissionless state of Solana, it's putting it into the mobile device, which without a doubt, mobile like dominates worldwide, at least, you know. And with almost like 150,000 units getting shipped out, you know, in like the first orders is really impressive. And I also love to see like projects like what Helium Mobile's doing with their free plans and what Dpin is doing. And it just shows that the technology's there. Once people understand it, then it's like, okay, wow, I can be in control of my own tokens and everything on the DApp as well that I'm launching without having to take a 30%. You know what? Let me go take a chance and build my DApp on the Solana Seeker DApp store and try to launch on Solana, and we'll see how it goes, because I know what it's going to be like on Apple. I know what they're going to, I know what the percentages are going to be, but now this is like a much more a better opportunity for developers, for users. And I think it's going to take time. Obviously, this is the second iteration of the phone. The first one was the Saga. And I'm telling you, like, I held it in my paws in Accelerate and at Istanbul, and it feels amazing. It feels like a lighter iPhone Pro without like the big bulky camera, but still has a really good camera. But if it feels premium, it feels like good quality. I couldn't tell you how the interface was, and because it was in demo mode, and I think everyone's kind of waiting to see how it operates, but I'm very positive that it's going to get amazing reviews this time around. And if it does, I'm excited to see what developers and what new users that we bring towards there. Cause like, I think everyone's open towards switching a phone at any point, you know, they'd be open towards like a new device. So yeah, extremely bullish, and we're extremely proud to build the hardware wallet that's connected with it. So that would be my take.
Yeah, no, I think like, yeah, man, I think that things are evolving, right? I mean, you look at the banking system. I always like to use it because it's the most one that you could have the normie conversation with, of like, remember when you wrote checks, and remember when you had debit cards, and remember now you have digital wallets, and it's like that evolution. And it's like, you know, guess what? Your phone, like, you went from like not wanting to put your credit card online to now the credit card is on your phone. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know the last time I had my wallet. Actually, crazy story is I actually had to look for my wallet this morning because I needed like a pass to something, and I'm like, where the hell is this thing, right? I haven't used a wallet in a physical wallet in, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks, because everything's on my phone, everything. And so without my phone, I could be like lost like a little child. But I think like, yeah, man, this is how things evolve. And I always say this to people, like, hey man, like, understand the different generations that life is, right? You know, the millennials to Gen Z, all this stuff. Like, you know, the new era, right, is all about digital. Everything's digital, right? And the older era has learned how to adapt to it, right? And they've adapted to whatever they had in their era, from like, you know, the phone that you had to like, remember when you had to like wind it, and it's like, you know, ring ring and all that stuff, to like, hey, now they have cell phones. Yeah, look, things have evolved. But I think, again, like, what is right now the number one essential every human being has, and that's a cell phone, right? Like, think about it. Like, you every human almost has it. Like, and there's different type of phones for different regions of the world that are affordable and accessible, so that the internet, Wi-Fi, everything that's evolving. So I think, like, man, we're gonna be seeing disruption in the market, and I think it's really cool to be at the forefront of disruption and like building in this space, because we are kind of the pioneers to the disruption that's happening, and being able to
And that's
like
a
talk
fire
about
take about the access. And just, I'm sorry, man, because that's like such a fire take on the accessibility, because I think that's a huge selling point as a secondary device for this. So this will start as a secondary device for people that, because if you think about it, it's also a lot more secure to not be walking around, especially if you're traveling to events with all of your crypto on your phone, like with your ledger. You know, it would make sense like all in like in a hardware wallet. And it makes it easier to manage as well. So I think that would be a great onboarding tool for people that want to get into space, because like, okay, they're willing to have their risk tolerance and raise it to venture into crypto. But in order to do that, they really need to see like something that's tangible. And so the phone creates that like realness. Like, they associate their phone with like kind of like a gaming device. Not that like crypto and investing is like gaming, but just to like, so you get that association that like every time they're picking up this phone, it's like, okay, I'm using this device to interact with the Solana blockchain, whether it's like through DeFi, whether it's through gaming, whether, you know, they're just messaging or whatever they're doing. Everything that they're doing with this device is dedicated to Solana. And it starts with that. So if we can get people in the door with that, and they can understand how it works, it's going to be a lot easier than onboarding people that maybe don't have the device. They're like, oh, if you want, you can actually put this on your phone right now. So, and that helps with the onboarding process, because people truly, I've noticed that from countless onboarding conversations, that they need to see it in real life. It's all, we joke like magic internet money, because it's true. That's like what people outside looking in think it is, that we just click button. It's all just like a scam, and that they have no idea how this works. So they need to see it IRL. And we got some of our guardians showing some love in the comments right now. I love to see it, man. We posted this.
Yeah.
Discord, so
I'm giving them some love too, highlighting them, because man, totally down. Look, you mentioned here, like you mentioned gaming, right? Man, like it's one section where I'm always like trying to tell people the evolution of gaming, and people are very much like, what do you mean by that? And it's like, it's not till I put it in their face of how much gaming has evolved that they're like, oh yeah, okay. And when I try to explain blockchain, when I try to explain crypto, Web3, all these things, these are definitely juggernaut words that I don't know why I use them, but I have to use them sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's just the evolution of gaming, right? And we look at, hey man, my Nintendo 64, my Nintendo original, the Sega that I have behind me, right? To where we are today, like digital console, where like I don't even need to put in a CD or a cartridge anymore, right? All these things have evolved, and so has gaming. And gaming is evolving to, again, all the assets that you're spending in games could have ownership, but the assets also have marketplaces to give back to what you're doing, right? And this is where things get really fun, because we are entering that next era of gaming where, hey man, like, how is your time also valued? And the time value is a massive thing, but also, is it rewarding you? Is it like, hey, how does it reward you? Because I think, like, I'll always get that conversation of, Jorge, like, I'm playing a game just to escape. Like, I don't care about the money aspect, the asset. And then I'm like, I respect that, because that is gaming. Like, that is what gaming was always been to me, right? Now, I will say I'm a gamer, and I want to be able to come to this call right now and say, yo, Quicks, man, I got number 1 in Off the Grid. I got number 1 in Star Atlas. I got top 10 in these things. I want badges, right? Like, it would be awesome to walk around with the badges of like how great of a gamer are, right? Because gamers love that ego. Like, how do we pump the ego? And that is what blockchain essentially can do, to say, hey man, that guy's got Nintendo Zelda behind him. Like, how many times did he beat it, right? And it's like, no one knows. No one even knows if I've ever played Zelda, right? Like, I can only talk about it, but crypto and blockchain could change that for you, and can tell you.
And it really go back to like what you said with the accessibility, because when it comes down to it, like, we have that okay, we all understood that gamers, they aren't here for the money. But I truly believe it's not because like it's only because they want the experience. They want the experience, but then you see the success of like Counter-Strike skins and like Pokemon cards and all these things that are tied to gaming with like real value. And I think the problem becomes is that it's too gate kept for the knowledge to how it's done. Because a lot of people come in here already with the gaming NFTs, and they're expecting to onboard a whole bunch of new gamers that are essentially going to be exit liquidity for them, because you want them to spend their money to play the game and buy your NFTs and play on your land and do your experiences. So because you are early to it, and so I think that that's a huge problem my gamers have as well, is that because they're not as tapped into the culture and what's going on in the gaming community, they feel outside, and because they don't understand, they see other people making money, and then it's like, oh, it's a scam, and that's why, because then they will get rugged because they're exit liquidity. And I think that that's like a big problem that's not really spoken about a lot, because yes, I think that at its core, a strong game loop and a cool experience is going to win every single time. But, it's so difficult to have those onboarding conversations. But that's why I love Solana, because Solana is so easy for onboarding with the Solflare wallet, now the Seeker phone, and like all these games that make it seamless that you're playing on blockchain technology. It just has made it a lot easier to onboard. So that's like kind of my take on it, dude, is that we kind of gate kept that knowledge for a little bit and foxed up our relationship with the gamer community, but they'll be back. They can't walk away from, no one really can walk away from that much. That's why you see the gaming tournaments paying out multi-millions of dollars and kids spending their life trying to be professional gamers. You can't say that it's not for the money. Like, they would eventually all love to be paid to be gaming. Blockchain technology makes that possible. We just got off to a bad start.
Yeah, I mean, I always joke with this, and people always ask, it's like, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, yeah, I play video games. And it's like, they're like, no, really, what do you do? Well, I was like, well, I do play video games because I have to market them, and like I have to learn how to like market something. I have to play it, and it's like, oh, and they're like, is he serious? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, so like I agree, like totally. I think like, there's a lot of bad actors in anything, right? Look at finance. Finance always had bad actors, Lehman Brothers, all those stuff. Like we've seen the banks rise and fall, right? I think the same thing in the gaming right now. And I think one thing that it like talking on Seekerphone, talking on the DApp store, what you mentioned, right? There's also the evolution of gaming is that games are getting easier to make in a way, and they're getting produced faster. And also the attention span right now for the new generation of like those TikTokers and everybody, like, you ever watch, like I watch my niece like on TikTok, and she literally like doesn't even watch the video for more than 2 seconds. She's just like scrolling. I'm like,
Yeah, they can
like,
tell like right away. Usually from like the placeholder image, they can usually just tell like if they're going to be watching this or not. It's insane how
bro,
fast
and
their
I'm just
attention
like,
span
whoa,
is.
whoa, whoa. But games like are going in that fashion as well, right? Like, give me quick euphoria games. Let me like do it. And I think we're seeing AI games. We've seen Telegram games and all this stuff. But there is some of those games that will take off. And that is like what's really brilliant about crypto is that you're able to, hey, get an idea, start the idea, and even fund the idea pretty easily in crypto, right? Like there's so many cool platforms here in crypto. But at the same time, like you could go on the DApp store on the Seekerphone and have your game relatively live pretty quickly, rather than somewhere on like an Apple or Google Play Store that has to go through regulations, has to go through checkpoints, verifications. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying the ability, the accessibility to have a game go live on a Seekerphone is probably a lot faster than it is anywhere else. And like as game developers, they are seeking, hey, validation quicker than spending 4 or 5 years building a game to only know that did the product market fit is not there, right? So
100%.
look, man, you mentioned,
except the only thing I would say is like recently I'm also tapped in. Like, have you seen the new Mafia game that came out? Have you seen like the clips of that? Oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like, so I don't know what's going on. If like coding has become easier, because it hasn't for that team. Because like Red Dead Redemption, which was made in like 2010, is like so much better made, dude. So like, I don't know if we can argue for all gaming studios if they got that, dude. It's easy anymore.
Yeah, not everybody got the memo, okay, man.
Yeah.
Look, you mentioned a little bit about like the self-custody, is such a big thing here, especially with the way that the debit card and the card is coming. I think that, like, again, for me, I'm excited for it, right? Because I work in crypto, I get paid in crypto. But my biggest thing is, again, yeah, for me, I'm also South American. I'm from Ecuador, right? And it's easy to send money, payment rails. It's also really easy to hop into Discords right now and like do a tournament quickly and say $100 to whoever wins it. Give me your Solana address and I'll send it to you after the match. And like those things are that's part of innovation, right? It's not like, hey, let me go to my bank and try to wire transfer you, and hopefully you get it in 3 days, and the $100 now turns to $75. But when it comes down to like the self-custody, the control of the assets, the security of the assets, it's one thing that you guys have been shining and really kind of leading, especially on Solana right now. What's your like take right now on the future of self-custody? Because it's been something that like people are like, does it make sense for the user, or does the user still need to have somebody to like hold their hand? And I think it's like one of those things where like, yes and no. I mean, I think both could exist. I think both could live. There are people that will probably understand and get it, but there's also security features to make sure that, if you lose your phone, hey, guess what? Like, this is how you're able to recover something. Like we've expanded, right? The seed phrase that used to be, I don't know, I remember like the original ledger and like how you had to do the seed phrase to like the new ledger and how to do the seed phrase. Like, things have evolved as well in our space to make it more friendlier to say, okay, like it's not all over, right?
100%. And I'm well, first of all, speaking on gaming, I think it unites so many people. And I think it's amazing to see like what you guys are doing, because like you just said, you're able to like at any point in the world, light up a game, get people joining. And it's just the same type of experiences that you would get But once you tie in the self-custody aspect to it, so to answer your question, like it would be kind of like way too foxy optimistic of me to think the entire world is just going to accept self-custody and just be responsible for their own assets. Like even a lot of people in the space do still diversify and have like their fiats and their bank accounts and like their stock accounts and everything, and that's okay. But as long as you're allocating like some of your portfolio should be in your control in tokens like that are like you own. And when it comes to gaming, it's just like the next step in gaming, because like everything is through the marketplace. It goes back to like our conversation earlier with the DApp Store. You're at the mercy of the marketplace of the game. They're deciding the terms, they're deciding the fees, but like when you are in control of the assets, now you are in control. You can decide the terms, who's buying, who's trading, and then other platforms come about, that are able to make trading more seamless. So I think that like self-custody in its sense is like a revolution, because it's like we're stepping away from the banks, and Solflare tries to make it in a way that's still like Web2 related. So we still have 24/7 customer support, all of the same kind of like features and setups that you would be kind of used to in a financial app, you would find in Solflare. And, again, like with like the improvements made to like recovery phrase, like, private keys, making sure people are more educated about like, their devices and like their wallets. Like there's still going to be problems and there's still going to be a lot of friction points. But at the end of the day, it would take a complete revolution to have everyone move over to self-custody completely. So I think that that's like a very far-fetched idea, but everyone should be like experiencing self-custody in some aspect of whatever they're doing, whether it's like DeFi, whether it's gaming, like they should be venturing off into like owning their own asset, because that's where you're going to make the most amount of money and yield. If you sell your own gaming asset, you're going to make more money doing it on your own than you are in the marketplace. And same with DeFi, you're going to make more lending liquidity than you yield. You're going to earn more yield than you are at the bank. But again, you take that risk of you're responsible for your own assets. But I mean, if you have good, plans in place and you're, using secure practices, this is a playground for anyone that wants to like be free, because this is true freedom. Like even though all the responsibilities on you, like that's the beauty of it, and that's what fits into our brand at Solflare, is that on every wallet a kingdom. So every wallet, like it's whatever you built in your kingdom, it's yours. And on every head a crown. There's no one else above you. No one else tells the king or the queen what to do. No one else is signing the self-custody transactions. You are. And so that all flows back into our brand. And it's really important to, kind of educate, because that will help reduce the frictions. But an entirely self-custody world, I'd love to see it, but I don't know. I think that's maybe not in my timeline.
Yeah, man. I love that take, actually, because it really does have me thinking, like, I like to use like normie conversations of like where things went from, when you had financial advisors when you were younger, or people 401ks, and like why there were people like advising you for life insurance and all this stuff, to like how digital it is now. And it's like, for life insurance, you used to have to like do these blood tests, peanut cup, all this stuff. And now it's like answer 3 questions and you'll get like life insurance. And it's like, wow, like things have evolved, right? Same thing here. I mean, it's like you taking the same conversations to saying, hey, like how has it simplified for yourself? How much more easier and accessible it is to you guys. It's just something that, man, like we need to harp more better and use better words to give people like, why that light should like be like, I should research this, why I should Google this, why I should like go deep down the rabbit hole. Because there are many times people go down the rabbit hole and they don't find the right answer. And it's like, how can they find the right answer? And that's just us talking about it, right? And I think that's just the most important thing. Look, you mentioned a little bit about the roadmap for like Breakpoint. I mean, that's like 5 or 6 months away, and you already have like a massive announcement. Like, holy crap to your team. Like, how can you keep a secret for like 5 or 6 months? Like, first of all, like give me that alpha, and then like, yeah, where is like the future going with Solflare? Like, because of like you have this massive announcement, like where do you see things going and evolving, right? The debit card being one of it. We've already talked about that. You're on the Seeker phone. I mean, that's already massive. Like, y'all are just innovating and shipping like faster than Amazon right now. So give us like that TLDR on like what the vision should be with Solflare and why people right now should like start saying, hey, if you're watching and you haven't downloaded Solflare, like this should be the opportunity to say, hey, go download Solflare, peep around on it, check around on it, like, do your like tour, right? Like your whole open house tour, like check it out. And if you like it, throw a couple $100, $5, whatever you want, and see how it works and how much more easier it is for you. I think that's just something like, man, go for it.
Yeah, 100%. And so like Solflare. So just to be clear, like Solflare is like the self-custody wallet. So like we don't make money on you like just like adding Solana to your wallet. Like this is truly to like try to get people to use like the best wallet on Solana. And what our vision is to like help kind of put that into more context is that we see ourselves as like a neobank, like kind of similar, like we're competing in a sense like with Revolut at this point, and we want Solflare to be like the all-in-one. So I can't tell you what the announcement is for Breakpoint because it's one of Vidor's top secret projects. And we are sponsoring Breakpoint, so that's also why we're putting a lot of effort into it. So, and Solflare always does it big. We have a party going on. We're going to be doing merch. We got a lot of cool things we're going to be giving away. But everything that we're doing this year has been building the foundation for the future because we understand that we're going to make a lot of updates to the app. You're going to get like the Explorer features. You're going to have like portfolio tracking in the app soon. We've already integrated stocks. We integrated the new Solflare Earn powered by Lulo. So now holding stablecoin USDC in your wallet, you can earn yield. And I think that's so exciting because, again, it's all creating it all within the Solflare wallet. Someone new to the ecosystem can come in and start passively earning staking in their Solflare wallet, earning yield USDC in their Solflare wallet, spending it in their Solflare wallet once the card comes out soon. And we have a lot of other exciting things that are going to put everything all together at the end of the year. But basically, Solflare is building the infrastructure to onboard not the next like million, 10 million, but like the next 100 million to billion users. Like I mean that every time I say it, Solflare to a billion users. Like we are going to try to onboard the world. And it starts with a product that just is easy to use and has everything that you need. And we're truly considering that. And that's why you've seen like all the focus towards, earning revenues, the customization in your wallet, creating the unique experience for everyone so that they can feel like they're in control of their kingdom. But yeah, it's all about creating more features all within the Solflare wallet that helps benefit the user directly through either rewards, through earning yield, through access to their favorite platforms and protocols and more incentives. And then on top of that, not only do you have like an incredible product, but we have an incredible community and like team behind it. Like no cap, like we've done so much for the Solana ecosystem. We've been at all these events. We've sponsored all these different projects from Monkey DAO to most recently, we have Team Water campaign going on with Moonwalk Fitness. And for every dollar that's donated, a year of clean water is provided to someone. So, I mean, like we're just all over the place. We're becoming synonymous with Solana because we're not only building for Solana, we're building for Solana. Like we're building like for the ecosystem. We're taking part in it. We're helping projects like get to the next level. We're helping contribute, and we want to see this successful. Like we want Solana to be successful. So that's basic. If you believe in Solana and you use Solana, like use Solflare. You should at least have Solflare on your phone. But definitely check it out because it's a lot cooler if you haven't used it in a while, especially all our OGs out there.
Yeah, shout out to your team. I think you just mentioned something really cool about your team, and I think like I think we need to elaborate one part of the Solflare strategy here is that in corporate worlds, like we have a lot of like the community leads and like foundational building and stuff like that. I think that you guys have taken a chapter out of Web2 very well of, hey, how do you make yourself like omnipresent within the community and within crypto Twitter, and not just like on Twitter, right? Like in events, on physical devices. Like you guys have really taken an approach that like I don't think anybody really has understood, and like they should really study it because look, man, like you just said it, you guys are always looking to support those that are on Solana, and that is just, it's great talk, right? I always say talk is cheap. Walk the walk. And like Solflare walks the walk when it comes down to that, right? You just mentioned the events, you just mentioned being at Breakpoint, you mentioned what you guys have sponsored, and like that is walking the walk on top of everything you guys are doing. And that really starts with the team behind what you guys are talking behind closed doors of saying, okay, hey, guerrilla marketing, but what does guerrilla marketing look like? And how do we make sure like we're all on the same page of like bringing more awareness to the Solflare, but bringing awareness in a way that's also helping others build what they want to build. And like, man, that just needs to be like something that, you know, I'm a diehard Yankees fan, right? Like you walk out onto the field every time the Babe Ruth sign.
That's why you love our jersey so much. Yeah, dude. That's why you love the Solflare jersey so much.
You know, it's one of those things like this is the house, man. You always tap it, right? And so,
well, shout out first of all our community architect Maki and Tommy, who have done an incredible job of like curating this community and helping create all this like structure, organizing us, moving us from Telegram over to Discord. I think, okay, so going backwards though, starting with the team, the team's expanded this year, which shows a lot about like the growth of our company. We've now hit over 100 employees. But what's so amazing about Solflare is that there's a culture that's tied into our project, and there's such a deep level of respect for everyone in the company. I say this all the time in spaces, but it's true that everyone in Solflare, whether you're an engineer, marketing, support specialist, founder, everyone talks and communicates to each other with the same level of equality, and that makes you feel so valued because it's an understanding that as long as everyone's doing their job at 110%, we're going to be the number one wallet on Solana and onboard 1 billion users, and so that level of respect then carries over from the team to our community, and our community sees us. The entire ecosystem sees us. Whenever you see Solflare at events, they literally have been like, yo, you guys like move as like a little pack together. It's like a family. It's true. Like we genuinely love hanging out with each other. Like we connect. We're all around the world. We are like omnipresent as a team because we're operating 24/7. Our customer support team is 24/7. We have employees all around the world. So we're always communicating at any hour of any day. And same thing with our community. Our community is out there spreading the word of Solflare. And we've created cool experiences for them. We've rewarded them in ways with like verified accounts, PFPs, like USDC prizes, different types of quests, educational experiences. And like, it's just really cool to see like the growth that they've done for themselves and then have helped to grow Solflare. So that guerrilla marketing is really like our community going out there, being loud, genuinely supporting, loving what they're doing because they love what we do every day. And I'm going to keep showing up every day, trying to show people like how amazing Solflare is. And I see you like pulled up our job board right now. You guys definitely take a moment to check out Solflare's website, where you not only can sign up for the Solflare cards, but you can check out everything that's going on. We actually just released a new educational platform on there. So if you're having problem onboarding and having those conversations with Normie, show them the Solflare page. We have an educational resource there. We post our jobs going on there. We have our branding kit there. So feel free, if you're making content, you can find all the information there on our website. It got a huge revamp with our rebrand and updates. So team's been working super hard. And let us know what else you want to see. I know a lot of people are excited for the new Explore features and the new portfolio management and tracking tools that we have coming out. But I'm telling you, man, this is only the beginning. It's been a crazy ride this year, 2025 for Solflare. We're at the August, a little over the halfway point, but we're getting into the home stretch of Breakpoint, and the team's still locked in. We're still firing on all cylinders, and we have a lot of exciting things, especially these next couple months leading up to Breakpoint. So tap in with Solflare, and I'm excited to learn what you guys got going on also, because I love playing games with my Solflare wallet.
You're gonna have to give me the like 411 or where you guys are staying, and like I need to stay at the Solflare house or hotel or whatever you guys are doing, because I want to be part of that pact. The reason I pulled up the careers, I was trying to see if there was a marketing role for me, but yeah, man, I'm gonna have to send DMs to the Solflare Twitter account and be like, if you guys need a marketing guy, let me know. Look, massive congrats to you guys. It's been awesome to just jam with you, talk to you a little bit about vision, roadmaps, what's happening, normie talk and all that stuff. It's always, man, fun to have you on stream. I'm excited to just create content with you at Breakpoint. Hopefully, man, we get to go to the F1 the week before, man, and like we should be the ones driving that and like showing people how fast it is. We're fast. Like Solflare's transactions are faster than an F1. Like that's what we should do. Like some campaign on that. Like, man, me and you driving one of those things, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, I mean, first of all, that would be my dream, is driving an F1 car. For everyone that knows me knows that I'm a little foxy racer at heart, dude. So that would be, that's always my dream, to have a Solflare F1 team. Now, I would leave the marketing team high and dry to go manage the Solflare F1 team without a doubt, dude. I would tell them right now, 5 years in advance, they already know the deal. But that would be a lot of fun. And honestly, that's truly a cool market to see so much adoption in crypto. We see so much sponsorships coming in there, and a lot of people that use crypto, and now they're following Formula One. So it's really cool. So I'm hoping that that's like a little bit more of a gateway to onboarding, and especially Formula One is a very expensive sport. So they got a lot of money, dude, those Formula One fans and people. So hopefully they can inflow some of that to Solana. Maybe that's why the price is looking so good today. I don't know. Is Solana looking really good to you today for some reason? I don't know why, but Solana looks so good today, right?
Dude,
like, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know what
dude,
it is.
that 24-hour, looking at all the crypto assets, is just seeing Solana like 17% or something like that. Yeah, I'll take that, you know? Hey, man, it's funny, man. You mentioned F1. I know we got to wrap it up, but like, I think F1 is one of those things where like I've never rocked another like competitor's like merch until F1 because of like the crypto sponsors on it, where I'm like, all right, man, I'll wear the Red Bull Bybit. All right, I'll wear, like it made you like be like, yeah, you're gonna cross over to an enemy territory just because of like the crypto on it. But yeah, man, I think it's really cool, and we're seeing that in the NBA too as well. Crypto has been something in the NBA, from like the crypto arena with Los Angeles Lakers to the Knicks having
I thought you were
Coinbase
gonna say the
on the
D
floor.
gods buying the team, dude. I thought that's where you were going with that. Like,
Oh
in the
no,
big
dude.
three.
But man, really excited for F1 in Abu Dhabi. So I think you and I probably will connect offline to make sure we get tickets. Maybe we start staking right now in Solflare wallet, and by then we'll have enough to afford like be one of those suites, like with the whole like champagne and everybody like bringing us caviar.
That's interesting. Oh my god. Well, I don't need all that, man. I'm not a fancy fox, dude. Honestly, I'd rather sleep in like with like the pit crew. You know what I mean, dude? I'd rather be changing the tires, dude. Helping, and then being ready to back up. Max Verstappen,
Man.
like Fox Verstappen, ready to hop in, dude. I'm a Red Bull fan. Also, actually, that's how I got onboarded to F1. I originally worked for Red Bull before all this Web3 stuff. That was my normal job before Web3.
Oh
So,
no, you're a Red Bull fan? Oh man,
oh,
we
dude,
really
I
got
got
to
it,
end the
man.
stream now.
Oh, dude, I'll say, dude, I'm sorry, man. Max Verstappen, dude. I mean, he was a legend, dude. Like watching like him and I got to go to the F1 Miami event, and that was really cool. And so Red Bull always did cool things, and they were always good to me. So I was a Red Bull fan. But I respect, dude, the other teams. Ferrari. If I wasn't a Red Bull fan, I'd probably be a Ferrari fan, low key.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, man, I respect it. I respect anybody just in any sports.
Wait, are you a Mercedes fan? Now I'm like curious. What?
Well, I'm just a Lewis Hamilton fan, right? Like,
okay,
yeah.
all right. So you just follow Lewis Hamilton wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think
he's
like
on Ferrari though right now, right?
Yeah, and I'm just a fan as well, like from being South American, right? Like seeing South American racers, seeing South American like in professional sports.
Oh, dude, Ayrton Senna.
Like it's something big for all of us. Like we don't really see that shine light, so we're always that's how we become really fans. I always tell people like that marketing playbook that exists in South America. You want to onboard Latam, it exists. Like it works every time. So, but look, man, I know we're over time. Last closing remarks, quick. Give us the TLDR alpha that you need to make sure we plugged in. Download the Solflare. Anything we need to know before we hang up. I know you have spaces happening, shows happening. What do we make sure that we don't like miss? How do we make sure I clear my calendar for the next couple of weeks to keep on with Solflare?
Oh, dude, easy. I post all the events I'm going to be at in our Discord. So just join our Solflare Discord. You can see all the events. Of course, download Solflare. But the TLDR is that Jorge's probably the biggest star to come out of South America at this point, and I'm just honored to be on these shows right now. I know that the 317 viewers is going to turn into 3.17 million in the very near future, dude. like you are an absolute rock star. Thank you for everything that you do for Solana Gaming, for Solana, and just showing up and just being positive and having good energy. It's always just like a breeze being on. You're so good at your job. You're so good at interviewing and just keeping the conversation and flow going, keeping things exciting. I literally would feel like I could stay here all day and just kick it with you, dude. But I know we got things to do. You're busy. I'm busy. But thank you for inviting me and spending the time, man. Download Solflare, follow Solana Gaming, dude. And dude, it's a great time to be on Solana, dude. Every day is, but today it feels especially really good.
Send me that Solana wallet address so I could tip you for the kind words.
Oh, it's Quicks.Sol or Quicks.Solana, either or. I'm bullish on domains, so I got both of them.
All right, Quicks, man. It's been a pleasure. Hey, man, we got to stream game. Come on, man. Next week.
Dude,
like,
that's what I need to, first of all, well, I need to bring you on our Solflare stream. I figured out a way to do it that doesn't work with your Monday meeting. So we're going to talk on the back end. And then after that, I'm going to set up the weekly Solana Gaming Solflare stream. We're going to bring on games every week and make Solflare give me a bunch of money so we can play some games and stuff and onboard.
Let's do it. Y'all are hearing it here live from
Spend Solflare's marketing budget. Let's go, dude.
All right, Quicks, brother. See you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.